Step into the shadowy corridors of history, where towering giants of architecture defy the laws of time and nature. Picture Chicago, the Windy City, where in 1893, construction workers stumbled upon something that should not have been there. A fully intact first floor, buried completely beneath the city's bustling streets. Its ornate columns and intricately carved moldings were buried as if hidden by design, not by the random whims of time. Who could have buried such elegance? And why had no one known of its existence? The truth is, this is not an isolated incident. It's a pattern, repeated across the globe with chilling consistency. As we journey to the distant echoes of St. Petersburg, Russia, the mystery deepens. In 1703, Tsar Peter the Great envisioned a city of opulence. Yet beneath its grandiose facades, secrets linger. Buried beneath the cold, sodden soils along the Neva River are entire first floors, their splendid stone archways and lavish foyers entombed in silence. The official narrative struggles to fit this puzzle, suggesting the city simply sank over time. But eyewitness accounts from ancient builders whisper of a deliberate concealment, a cover-up orchestrated by those who feared the power these structures might unveil. In the heart of Paris, beneath the cobblestones of the Montmartre district, lies the trace of another forgotten era. In the late 1800s, workers renovating a wine cellar unearthed a mysterious doorway, its threshold leading to an entire level below the streets. The passages, filled with dust and echoes, spoke of a time when these rooms were alive with laughter and light. Yet, their silence now screams a question. Why were they buried? Official historians, like the ever-doubting Thomas, dismiss these findings as mere basements. But the grandeur of these rooms defies such mundane explanations. Why would a basement boast such lavish decor? Across the seas in the sun-baked landscapes of Cairo, the enigma escalates. In 1869, as workers laid the foundations for new developments, they unearthed a perplexing relic, an entire street, complete with storefronts and cobblestones, buried beneath the desert sands. The architecture was distinctly Egyptian, yet unlike any style known to the period. Researchers who dared to challenge the mainstream were quickly silenced, their findings buried as deeply as the mysterious street itself. The blocks, worn yet resilient, hinted at technologies and crafts long lost to modern memory. What ancient force sought to hide this history? Venturing into the misty highlands of Scotland, the landscape itself seems to whisper secrets of the past. In the late 19th century, as progress clawed at the ancient earth, a discovery in Edinburgh sent ripples through the academic world. Beneath the foundations of the city's oldest buildings lay an entire subterranean level, complete with hearths still blackened by long-extinguished fires. These were not mere storage spaces but complete living quarters, inexplicably buried. The academic gatekeepers, steadfast in their denial, insist these are nothing more than old cellars. Yet, the intricate carvings and stonework suggest a different story, a society forced underground. But why? In the heart of Rome, the eternal city, lies a paradox of history that defies explanation. Imagine the bustling Campo de' Fiori, where in the 1800s, a construction project revealed an unexpected labyrinth. Entire foundations of ancient dwellings buried beneath the cobblestones. These weren't ruins toppled by time, but complete, intact first floors, sealed away as if by some great force. The structures, with their perfectly preserved frescoes, offer glimpses into a world that official histories have long since forgotten. The Vatican's tight-lipped scholars quickly dismissed these discoveries as remnants of natural sedimentation, yet the precision of the burial tells a different tale. Turning our gaze to the opulent palaces of Vienna, we find the story repeats itself. In the late 19th century, the Habsburgs commissioned renovations of their grand estates, only to discover entire floors, complete with ballrooms and servant quarters, entombed beneath the foundations. The architecture, untouched by time, seemed to belong to a forgotten era of splendor. Yet, these floors were not merely buried, they were intentionally hidden. The Austrian Historical Institute, a guardian of Orthodox history, dismissed these floors as mere structural reinforcements. But the evidence suggests a deeper conspiracy, as if entire chapters of history were erased at the stroke of a pen. Cross the Atlantic to the historic streets of Boston, where in 1901, laborers digging near the old State House uncovered yet another enigma. Beneath the colonial architecture lay a forgotten world, a complete first-floor level, with cobbled streets and gas lamps still waiting to be lit. These discoveries sent shockwaves through the archaeological community, as they contradicted known urban development timelines. Official narratives chalked these findings up to mere landfill and reclamation. However, the meticulous design and sophistication of the buried structures point to an intentional act of concealment, orchestrated by those who wielded power over history itself. In the vibrant heart of Mexico City, the uncovering of buried first floors adds yet another layer to the mystery. In 1910, during the renovation of the Palacio de Bellas Artes, builders unearthed elaborate Aztec chambers beneath the theater's foundation, perfectly preserved in the earth. These rooms, adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant pigments, spoke of a civilization far more advanced than mainstream narratives would suggest. Yet, the Mexican government's silence was deafening, as official archaeologists quickly reburied the chambers. The question looms large: who decided this history should remain hidden, and what fear drove them to such lengths? Finally, we travel to the mystical lands of Istanbul, where the echoes of empires past still resonate. Beneath the bustling bazaars and towering minarets, a discovery in 1915 shook the very foundations of history. Entire Byzantine catacombs, complete with mosaics and frescoes, were found buried beneath the modern streets. These were not mere sepulchres, but vibrant living spaces, sealed away as if to protect their secrets from the eyes of time. The Ottoman Empire, in its twilight, stifled the release of this information, branding it a threat to their narrative of conquest. But the truth, as always, finds a way to rise from the shadows. Beneath the gilded facade of London's historic districts, a quiet revolution unfolded in the late 1800s. Westminster's cobbled streets hid a secret. Entire first floors of stately manors lay submerged beneath layers of time, discovered by accident when a sewer project went unexpectedly deep. These grand rooms, with their ornate chandeliers and rich mahogany walls, were eerily untouched by the passage of years. The British Museum, swift to contain the narrative, labeled them as mere artifacts of urban evolution. But the intricate detail and deliberate burial suggest an orchestrated concealment, one that the powers that be would prefer to keep tightly under wraps. In the ancient city of Athens, the cradle of democracy, revelations from beneath the Acropolis sent shockwaves through the archaeological community in 1905. A subterranean network of finely crafted chambers, complete with frescoes and artifacts of unknown origin, was uncovered during a restoration effort. These rooms were not simple storage spaces but were built with a purpose, their architectural complexity rivaling even the Parthenon above. Greek officials, fearing the implications of these findings, quickly downplayed their significance. Yet, whispers among local historians suggest these chambers once housed the keepers of forbidden knowledge, their legacy buried alongside them. Across the globe, in the bustling heart of Tokyo, the past emerged in a way no one could have anticipated. In 1920, during the reconstruction following a devastating earthquake, workers stumbled upon a buried first floor beneath a prominent district. This floor, with its intricate woodwork and delicate paper screens, was a perfectly preserved relic of the Edo period. Yet, its existence was inexplicably absent from historical records. Japanese historians, bound by the constraints of a national narrative, attributed the anomaly to natural disaster displacement. However, The precise preservation and depth of burial suggest an intentional act, perhaps to shield this history from the ravages of time. Venturing to the ancient city of Jerusalem, where history is etched into every stone, we find another layer of mystery. In 1913, a hidden chamber beneath the Temple Mount was uncovered, its entrance concealed by centuries of stone. Inside, the chamber's walls were adorned with symbols and script of a forgotten language, whispering of a history erased. The religious authorities, custodians of the sacred site, quickly sealed the chamber, citing security concerns. Yet, the meticulous craftsmanship and esoteric symbols suggest a repository of lost knowledge, hidden away from prying eyes by those who feared its revelation. In the sun-drenched hills of San Francisco, a startling discovery was made in 1906 amidst the chaos following the Great Earthquake. As the city lay in ruins, workers clearing debris stumbled upon an entire street buried beneath the rubble. This street, complete with gas lamps and cobblestones, seemed frozen in time, untouched by the quake above. The city officials, eager to rebuild, dismissed the street as a relic of past urban planning. However, its preservation and the lack of any historical documentation point to a deliberate act of concealment. Could this buried street hold the key to a hidden chapter of the city's tumultuous past? In the fog-laden streets of Prague, the echoes of a forgotten world whisper from beneath the surface. In 1912, during an expansion of the Old Town Hall, workers unearthed a subterranean market street, perfectly preserved beneath the city's bustling squares. The discovery revealed vibrant stalls and cobblestones, as if waiting for merchants who never returned. Yet, the municipal authorities quickly sealed off the site, dismissing it as a medieval anomaly. However, the architectural precision and depth of burial suggest a deliberate act to shroud this vibrant past in mystery. The question remains, what secrets were these streets designed to keep? In the rolling hills of Tuscany, the serene town of Siena hides an enigma beneath its medieval charm. In 1895, renovations to the Palazzo Pubblico revealed a series of chambers beneath the main floor, filled with intricate murals and carvings, untouched by the gaze of modern eyes. These rooms, not mere cellars, hinted at a society that thrived in secrecy. The Italian Historical Society swiftly downplayed the significance, attributing the find to practical medieval architecture. However, the artistry and depth suggest a network of hidden chambers, perhaps designed to safeguard cultural treasures from the turbulent tides of history. In the vibrant heart of Rio de Janeiro, a construction project in 1914 unearthed a relic of the past that defied all understanding. Beneath the bustling streets of Copacabana lay an entire first floor of an ancient structure, complete with mosaics that glistened like the sea. The Brazilian government, wary of altering the official narrative, quickly attributed the find to geological shifts. Yet, the artistic craftsmanship and deliberate burial suggest a more complex story, a deliberate act to protect these cultural treasures from the relentless march of time. What truths lie sealed beneath Rio's sunlit surface? In the majestic city of Cairo, a discovery in 1908 beneath the sands of Giza left archaeologists dumbfounded. An entire first floor of an ancient administrative building was found, adorned with hieroglyphs and intricate bas-reliefs. These rooms, frozen in time, whispered of a forgotten era of governance and power. Yet, the Egyptian Antiquities Authority, guardians of the pharaoh's legacy, quickly reinterred the site, citing preservation concerns. The meticulous artwork and historical significance suggest a concealed chapter of Egypt's storied past, intentionally hidden from those who might seek to unravel its mysteries. In the shadow of the Andes, the bustling city of La Paz hides an ancient secret beneath its modern veneer. In 1917, an excavation for new civic buildings uncovered a magnificent first floor of an ancient society, complete with elaborate stone carvings and vibrant pigments still clinging to the walls. The Bolivian government, protective of their national narrative, dismissed the discovery as a quirk of Andean construction. Yet, the depth and preservation of the site suggest a deliberate burial to protect these artifacts from the passing of ages. What ancient knowledge was hidden beneath the soaring peaks of the Andes? In the picturesque city of Amsterdam, a network of canals flows above secrets hidden deep below. In 1902, during the dredging of the Keizersgracht Canal, workers unearthed a submerged first floor of an elaborate merchant's house, complete with ornate fireplaces and parquet floors. These discoveries were rapidly brushed aside by the Dutch Urban Planning Board, which labeled them as remnants of routine historical subsidence. But the meticulous design and the fact these structures were perfectly preserved beneath the water suggest a more deliberate act of concealment, perhaps to protect the grandeur of a forgotten era from the relentless encroachment of modernity. In the ancient heart of Beijing, near the Forbidden City, a renovation project in 1916 revealed a buried layer of imperial architecture that defied explanation. Beneath the foundations of a historical residence lay an entire first floor, adorned with dragon motifs and intricate woodwork, frozen in time. The Chinese Imperial Archives, fiercely protective of their historical narrative, quickly sealed the site, dismissing it as inconsequential. Yet, the craftsmanship and symbolic decorations suggest a hidden chapter of the empire's past, intentionally concealed by those who feared the power these symbols might awaken. What stories remain untold beneath China's storied capital? In the heart of the Australian outback, the town of Kuberpidi holds more than just opal treasures beneath its arid soil. In 1918, miners tunneling for gemstones stumbled upon an unexpected find: a buried first floor of what appeared to be an ancient dwelling, complete with stone hearths and weathered tools. The Australian Historical Commission, quick to maintain the official timeline, dismissed the find as a natural cave formation. However, the layout and craftsmanship of the rooms suggest a more sophisticated origin, hinting at a chapter of human habitation erased from the annals of history. What ancient civilization once thrived beneath the sands of the outback? In the mystic lands of Kathmandu, Nepal, an enigmatic discovery in 1911 beneath the bustling streets of the Mel defied conventional understanding. A complete first floor of an ancient temple lay hidden, adorned with intricate carvings and faded murals depicting celestial beings. The Nepalese Cultural Ministry, guardians of the nation's spiritual heritage, quickly downplayed the discovery as a mere artifact of urban expansion. Yet, the spiritual significance and detailed artistry suggest a deliberate act to shield this sacred space from the turbulent forces of history. Could these buried floors hold the key to a spiritual legacy forgotten with time? In the shadow of the Pyrenees, the town of Lourdes, France, known for its miraculous springs, harbors a secret beneath its holy ground. In 1907, during an excavation for a new basilica, workers unearthed an entire first floor of a medieval chapel, complete with stone altars and relics untouched by time. The French ecclesiastical authority, protectors of the church's sacred narrative, quickly reburied the site, citing the need for preservation. However, the spiritual artifacts and deliberate burial suggest a conscious effort to hide these relics from the eyes of the world. What divine mysteries lie hidden beneath the shrines of Lourdes? In the vibrant alleyways of Fez, Morocco, a city renowned for its labyrinthine Medina, lies a secret locked in the sands of time. In 1910, a renovation of the historic Dar Batha Museum uncovered a complete first floor of a forgotten palace, with mosaic-tiled courtyards and carved cedar ceilings of unparalleled beauty. The Moroccan Ministry of Culture, eager to maintain the narrative of continuous habitation, dismissed the find as an architectural quirk. Yet, the craftsmanship and intentional preservation suggest a deliberate concealment, possibly to safeguard a legacy of craftsmanship that modern records conveniently omit. What secrets do these buried treasures whisper of ancient dynasties lost to the desert winds? In the rolling hills of Transylvania, the legends of vampires pale in comparison to a discovery made beneath the surface. In 1919, the foundations of a new town hall in Cebu exposed the first floor of a medieval guild hall, its stone walls adorned with murals depicting arcane symbols and guild emblems. The Romanian Academy of Sciences, staunch defenders of the region's folklore, quickly declared these murals as mere artistic flourishes. However, the depth and sophistication of these paintings suggest a hidden narrative, one that might unravel centuries of myth and mystery buried beneath the Carpathian soil. In the bustling heart of Calcutta, India, a city where colonial grandeur meets ancient tradition, a startling discovery was made in 1909. Beneath the grandeur of a British-era mansion lay a fully preserved first floor, complete with opulent ballrooms and grand staircases, enveloped in the aroma of sandalwood. The Indian Archaeological Survey, keen to preserve the colonial narrative, swiftly dismissed the find as a relic of urban expansion. Yet, the architectural splendor and intentional preservation suggest a deliberate act to protect this chapter of history from the tides of colonial conquest. What stories of resilience and opulence remain hidden beneath the streets of Calcutta? In the ancient city of Samarkand, Uzbekistan, a crossroads of civilization, a discovery in 1915 beneath the Registan Square defied the sands of time. Beneath the intricate tile work of the madrasas lay a hidden first floor, filled with scrolls and astronomical instruments, untouched by the ravages of time. The Uzbek National Heritage Board, wary of altering historical narratives, quickly sealed the site, describing it as mere storage rooms. However, the scholarly significance and precise burial suggest these floors were once the heart of intellectual pursuit, hidden away from those who might seek to wield their knowledge for power. What celestial mysteries do these buried chambers hold? In the serene landscapes of Kyoto, Japan, where tradition and nature intertwine, a revelation in 1912 beneath a Shinto shrine challenged the very essence of history. Beneath the sacred grounds, an entire first floor of an ancient temple was unearthed, complete with tatami rooms and delicate shoji screens, echoing with the chants of forgotten monks. The Japanese Cultural Foundation, protectors of the nation's spiritual heritage, swiftly reburied the site, citing respect for tradition. Yet, the spiritual significance and deliberate concealment suggest a hidden chapter of divine connection, intentionally preserved from the encroachments of modernity. Could these buried floors be the key to understanding a deeper spiritual legacy?